Or we could be done with that, and it might be a day where you just got tire popped, mud splashed on you, you're pissed off, you want to leave your job, and then suddenly something shifts in you and you realize, let me focus on what I want, what I love, and you can powerfully draw that in just as quickly and as powerfully as you were drawing in what you hated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Have you had an experience before, Rose?
In the past years ago, I did, but I also have seen my clients come in and give the same experiences. And, your wish is my command, says your universe, and that is so true, because the universe will always, always honor your frequency, your vibration. And, so be careful with what you wish for. And one of my clients, I know she won't mind me telling her story. She came in and she was broken. She comes into me regularly, but she comes in broken all the time. The second time before the last, she just came in and she said, she's like, I'm done. I can't take it anymore. She's just teary, and she's like, I'm broken. I've got nothing left to give on this, and she was living in a situation with a relative, that they weren't getting along or anything. And she's like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm so unhappy, blah, blah, blah. And well, then we did an energy session and I had a long talk with her. It's your vibration. You just keep bringing it on. So you've got to really go within and do some things and change these things. And so then the next time she comes in, completely different personality. This a couple of weeks ago, she came in and she was all smiles. You couldn't chisel the smile off her face. And she says, guess what? She said, well, my sister, kicked me out. And she even had a policeman come to the door to escort me out. I had no idea what was going on. She just decided she was done with me. I didn't know what to do. And she said she called a friend from work.
Like I'm done moment. See you later.
She's like, so I called a friend, this man that I was really becoming good friends with at work. And she says, I just need somebody to hold my stuff for me. Can you hold my stuff for me for a while? So I found my place, and he's like, what are you talking about? I got another house that is unoccupied and fully furnished. Go there.
That is awesome.
And so she's been there.
This is like angelic, universal intervention moment.
Absolutely. And now they started dating. So she's like, I just didn't even imagine it would fall into place like that. That's because she let it go and she allowed the universe to do it.
Exactly. So. And that is so powerful. Like I think that's the nugget right there, is that humans, I observe, they struggle with letting go until they know something better is coming. And what I've observed is often the universe is like, let go, because in order for us to bring you this awesomeness, there needs to be space created, and you need to release this thing and this energy that consumes all your energy, your frequency and your vibration, your space. And so when you can release and let go, you free up all this space, and what you desire can come in. Like my angels often will say, we are going to surprise and delight you in ways that are beyond your fondest imaginings. I'm like, oh, that sounds nice. And it's true. We can let go. Like this woman, she probably didn't see that coming. Like the life I live today compared to a few years ago where I felt enslaved and suicidal in a terrible marriage, I did not see this. But in that past place, when I was there, I remember just feeling my deservability and my worthiness. Like I am worth that. And I know it can be out there and it exists. And I have to walk away from this and I'm terrified. But if I can walk away, I know something better is out there. And so it's trusting that. And even sometimes like a sister slamming a door in your face, literally or energetically, if we can say thank you for it, like, thank you, sis. Thank you. You're saving me time. Okay, angels, what you got now? Like, thanks for taking care of the details. Magic happens. So that is beautiful. What an amazing turnaround for her, right?
Absolutely. It's about miracles. This is the magic.
Yes.
And
yes, we love magic and miracles.
yes, let it go and stop worrying about how it's going to come out. The who, what, when, where, why, how is this going to happen, and allow the universe, just take care of it in its own way, because it's never the way we think it is. We put it in a box and we limit ourselves then.
Yes.
So when we just let go of the box and be done with the box, then there's limitless, countless ways, inexplicable miracles that happen. And that's the fun of it. This should be a fun ride, actually.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And this is why, like, on Facebook, I'm always like, I love my freaking life. I love my life. And I really do. And I know, like, this is what we're here to do. We're here to, like, be with the love of our life. We're here to love ourselves. Like, honestly, I couldn't have been with my love of my life until I learned how to love myself so deeply. He couldn't have attracted me until he learned that. And so we're here to
Maybe this is my brew cup coffee maker. I hope so. Is that way I can fix these here I've been playing with. I can stop playing with them and start fixing them. I want to see what they taste like. Well, I got Coffee Supreme and Columbia Roast and coffee maker here. A brew cup coffee maker. I got the other kind of coffee makers, but I need a brew cup.
totally embody love and embody our divinity. And that is the world of magic and miracles. And it's not suffering, it's not surviving, it's not trying to be accepted. That's old stuff, and that's heavy, gunky stuff. But there is like another bridge you can cross, the rainbow bridge, to higher vibration, or you can stay enslaved in the societal conditioning that I feel more and more humans are waking up every day, and more of these structures are dissolving and fading, and their time has come. And like the essence of this, like, let's say, focus of dreaming, when we want to dream a new reality, we have to play in our imagination. I feel like we have to come to this place where people like Rose and I, we're not weirdos to the majority of the population anymore, where the population starts to look at us and see that we're the magicians that are here to teach them how to play and to create magic. Instead of like, they're the woo-woo weirdy girls. We're not. We're actually really freaking masterful at creation. But society needs to shift and see that what they're creating through all that mundane, rigid rules and structures. Do you know what I'm saying? All that enslavement, it's not helping. And in order to break free of that, we have to be in a place where we honor our imagination, and we don't look at imagination as some silly childhood thing. It's like our inner child. That's the magic that child understood was imagination. And that's how we're going to birth everything beautiful into our world, is through our creative imagination, our creative consciousness. What do you think about that?
Oh, I love that. Yes, it is so true. And actually, the inner child has been coming up a lot lately. I've been saying, you know what? The inner child is wanting to come out in all of us.
Yeah.
And this is the magic. The inner child is very powerful, and the inner child has faith in it. And the inner child's not afraid. There's no fears.
Yeah.
And the
and
inner
knows
child,
its birth.
Exactly. And the inner child is going for it. You know, it's the doer, the action, and it wants to explore and have these experiences. You know, we have to allow ourselves to love and be loved, and we have to allow ourselves to feel and to really connect with ourself and our emotions and every experience. So, you know, if you choose to suffer, great, because it's something in there that's going to be taught to you, and it will.
But it is optional.
Yes, it is optional. You don't have to choose it. You know,
yes.
You will always find something and just rediscover something about yourself. You'll always be learning and expanding. This is part of your growth. This is part of your development. So this is literally magic in action. It does exist, and we are the sole creator of it. We're the ones that make it happen.
We are the magicians.
Yes, we are.
And we're either magicians of black magic, doom and gloom, worry, so we're black magicians, or we are white magicians through focus of hope and love and beauty. It's really, where do we aim our wand? That is where we create. And it's every one of us, not just Ruth and I, every single one of you, what you're focusing on right now, what you're focusing on day to day, whether you're saying it out loud or you're just vibrating that frequency to the universe, what the universe is hearing louder than anything is what your vibration is saying. And so if your vibration is saying, man, I suck and no one loves me and like I'll never be enough, and if you just catch it and be honest and be vulnerable with that, feel it, and then be willing to clear that and release it and let your vibration go into, and this is truly, it's like fake it till you make it world, where when you're feeling shitty, you sometimes have to be very conscious of faking it till you make it, meaning like, okay, a bunch of bullshit is in my movie and people are just projecting a bunch of cray-cray energy, but I am so grateful that the magic is coming, and I am so grateful for that my angels have a solution and that the beautiful doors are opening. And I do this all the time, and sometimes my kids would tease me, just like, God, whatever, Mom. But they watch my life, and no matter what's happening in my movie, I go to that place of gratitude and expectation of miracles, and I manifest it again and again. So it doesn't mean like those of us that are really powerful magicians don't have things happen to us that test us or that aren't fun, but we know how to hold the frequency of going, okay, I observe this, I will not absorb it, and I'm going to focus my magic right over here where we're going to a higher vibrational state. We're going to go and holographically leap to a whole new holographic reality, even though it's like, you know those movies like Pretty Woman where she's like a prostitute and she's poor and like she doesn't love herself, and so the whole world's telling her how shitty she is because she's getting a mirroring of that. And then this guy comes along and it's like the whole princess story, like boom, her world turns around and she's holographically leaping to living now with a millionaire, and she's got money and status and love. Like those movies are kind of showing that we as humans have an opportunity to holographically leap any moment we choose to. And we have to learn the lessons of our self-love. Like at some level, Julia Roberts' character wanted to suffer and wanted to go through struggle. But a day came where she was done. And in her frequency, she was putting out, like, I'm ready to go to a higher reality. Oh, okay, Richard Gere, he'll work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, truly, we don't have to justify it or explain why we're suddenly worthy. It's just a soul decides, I've had enough of this, and I'm now ready to be seen. So they used to not be seen. They used to be ignored, neglected, not paid, whatever. And then suddenly they're like, yeah, I'm ready to be seen. I'm ready to hang out with Oprah. This is what I've been putting out lately. I'm like, yeah, me and Oprah and Ellen, we're going to hang out. And so you start putting out this vibration of a higher holographic reality, and you don't need to justify it. You don't need to explain to people why you should be worthy. That's none of their business. It's just you desire it, right? Is that Jingle Bells?
Kinda. There's a question.
Oh, yay.
From Pegasus. Pegasus says, knowing that the universe is abundant, are third world impoverished countries around the planet and its collective population in fact simply vibrating at a lower frequency?
Okay, so is he saying, or who is this? Pegasus?
Pegasus.
Is this person saying, like, basically,
he's
people
asking,
that are impoverished?
He's asking, he's saying, knowing that the universe is abundant,
Yes.
are third world impoverished countries around the planet and its collective populations in fact simply vibrating at a lower frequency?
Absolutely. That is a great question because, yes, absolutely. So we can look at it in ourselves, right? In the micro, and then we can look at the macro. So the micro is like, we could just look at like Tanya Love as a human and like what I'm putting out in a frequency and how it's manifesting in my world personally. Then we can take Tanya Love and her tribe, like, you know, the tribe of her community, and then we can take the community and the country and go bigger. And so vibrationally, there will be a belief of deservability, of what we're worth, what we've been told, what we've been taught, and we take that in and we hold it in our cellular memory, and we say, oh, I have got black skin, or I've got white skin, or whatever, and people have told me this about that, or this worth about that. And so even though I may believe that I should be worthy, if I'm carrying around